Jim, Mary, James, Deb, good afternoon. It is Monday afternoon, and wanted to send an update. Ran out of time Friday. I had a move that we took an RV over to the Fusky Island, and I did not get a chance to finish shooting my update on Friday afternoon. So coming to you on Monday, and James, as you can see, we have got the back area cleared out here. Not completely. This is basically our first pass, and we're going to meet with Dan Kiefer of Whitmer Jones Kiefer on Thursday and talk about the placement of the trail as well as the placement of the syrup kettle. But there's a point right over here, kind of a high bluff, and there's a ravine that runs down, which could lend itself as an opportunity. And then also right over here towards those sweet gums, there's another spot there that could be a possibility. And then from a limb and a pruning standpoint, just pulling up the limbs here on these sweet gums and the hickories as much as possible to open that expanse would be a great thing. We left these volunteer oaks here on the end. I think they provide good screening, but I could see a couple of those also possibly being taken out. James, I've got a sketch to send to you with a concept that Mary and I had talked about related to the outdoor shower, and I want to ask you to put this into a format that she can get a better picture of, but it's also something that we'll need for the final set that goes to the DRP. So we're going to have about 12 to 14 inches of exposure underneath. The goal would be to have, call it a U shape here with a post and a door that hinges off of that post with a fixed section coming off the wall, and centering that wall and that door panel on the distance that we have from the shower to the outside wall. And then coming off the corner here with a nickel gap profile in the sapele with a cap at right about, say, 6 feet. But I'll send you a sketch of that. Chimney caps are prepped out. The guys should have cut those today. The goal is to get the limestone up and get the chimney caps on this week. Our masons have, as you can see, been working on our porcelain large format stone here in the back. Linear drains are on site. They've made it up here to where they're going to start working on the backfill and the mud bed for the linear drain. Inside, we have the majority of our baseboard in place here in the living room. The oak material is arriving this week for our beams. Our interior true style doors are also arriving this week. We discussed with Mary on Thursday for the inlaid stone coming in the front door to actually use the porcelain, and we're going to break the grout joints at the mullions that separate the center door and the side lights. As we step through what will be Jim's window, we have the makings of his desk. James, one item that we did here, our profile on our baseboard, we have that 3/16 or 3/8 inch dado or rabbit there at the top. And in doing that, it opens things up, and really, with any type of base cap, we would have needed a surface to be able to terminate that too. So you can see we've packed out our jamb just enough so that baseboard has a 1/4 inch reveal or so to die into. And we kept that reveal consistent all the way around the opening. Same thing down here on the other end. And this is where our plaster transitions into paint. Master cabinets going in. All the pre-wiring in place for the lighting. Master bath tile floor was completed last week. Schluter waterproofing well underway here in the master shower. We also have our low voltage line right there in the niche. Beams in place here in the master. Cabinet samples have been approved. We've got a nice stained oak that actually has a Rubio monocoat fumed finish with a low luster conversion varnish going on the master cabinets with a little bit of a wire brushing effect. The island also will be the drawer fronts will match the floating vanities in that oak, but the box itself will be painted. And I know Jacqueline had communicated with Creative Stone last week to determine if we had enough of that countertop material for the master, and Leslie was working on finalizing our quotes. You can see we've got our poplar, our interior trim materials here. The guys have cased out the windows. There's another band that goes on the top of the windows that will receive the beams. As soon as that oak arrives, it's going to go straight into Rick's shop so that he can put the lock miters on it. Mr. Craig here in the office.
Good afternoon.
Going over the details. We've got our laundry towel installed and grounded. That's going to allow the guys to go ahead and get our laundry cabinets, which are staged here in the family room, get those installed. We've got a sample coming for the handrail, not the handrail, but the baluster finish. It's going to be a metal, and it's offered from Southern Staircase in two different standard finishes, let's call it satin black or oil rub bronze. There's a color consistent throughout the house, iron ore, that we want to look at beside the satin black and see if that's a good marriage. And if so, that's what we'll go with. And a white oak handrail. So all of our window casings complete up here. Just need our doors to be installed upon arrival this week. Tile floor in place. Linear drain in. The Schluter waterproofing system is in place. And the dam, the vertical 2x that's there, even though it's not required by code, we still go ahead and prep and test the pan for at least 24 hours. Into our other guest bath. Same situation here. Once the drains pass the test, we will continue forward with the tile install. So I'll send another update later this week that captures the exterior, more of the exterior of the front, as well as the guest house, but wanted to reach out on a Monday. Hope everybody's doing well. I'll talk to you soon.